What's going on, Nerd Army guys? Welcome to the newest episode of Nerds Mirais. Today, guys, we're going to continue our journey into the world of DC Comics Peacemaker. So we are going to be continuing with the HBO Max series, and this is episode number 5, titled Monkey Dory. Yes, Hunky Dory, but Monkey Dory. Let's get right into this one. So we start off with Peacemaker waking up at his pad, and he is hung the fuck over. He makes himself a little shooter with some Worcestershire, some Tabasco, a raw egg, some salt and pepper, and just slams it, feeds the little goth butterfly some fucking grub. Cool, he's fed, and then goes and eagerly takes off and goes for a little freaking fly, catches himself some prey, brings it back over, sits it on the ground in front of Peacemaker, and starts talking to Peacemaker, essentially saying, "Here, this is for you." And he's like, "Nah, bro, you eat it. Go ahead. Like, it's for you." And then so they have a little conversation. It's really cute. It's really sweet. Just seeing how close they are is just great. So Leota is having some problems with her wife. Then she gets a text from her mom, Amanda Waller, asking her, "Did you deposit that little diary and stash it at Peachmaker's house like I asked you?" And "Not yet. I'll do it later, bitch." So then we get one of the funniest parts of this fucking episode. We get to see the whole team meeting together and this little PowerPoint presentation, and Peacemaker's making fun of how shitty Economus's PowerPoint skills are, and he's getting pissed off. And then Peacemaker's like, "You're such a piece of shit." He's like, "You're just mad because I fucking framed your dad." He's like, "Yeah, motherfucker." He's all, "I couldn't think of anyone else. I'm sorry." He's like, "You couldn't think of anyone else? Fucking Ariana Grande, fucking Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, fucking crazy bullshit." So he starts spouting off all these celebrity names and fucking cartoon characters' names. And if you guys really want a big kick and the after credits of this episode, there is about 2 more minutes of just fucking John Cena just freehanding all these fucking superheroes and comic book characters. He even drops motherfucking Snuffleupagus and shit. And I was like, this is amazing. So check it out if you haven't. After credit scene, this episode. All right, back to the episode. So the White Dragon does what he says. He meets with the cops and tells them, "Hey, my fingerprints, you need to retake them. Someone fucked you guys over and they scammed you. So retake my fingerprints. I guarantee they don't match." So they go, they retake his fingerprints, and the detectives tells the chicken that's faxing him over, "Hey, send me a copy of those first. You don't have a smartphone? Go find someone with a fucking smartphone, bitch, and send it to me. Jesus Christ." So then back at HQ, we get to see that Peacemaker was a bully to everyone growing up. And Adrian kind of relays that this is the truth. He called his brother fucking Prince Charming because his dick was shaped like a fucking scepter and bulbous at the tip. And I was like, that's weird. And then he's like, he called me Thimble. And Peacemaker's like, because it was so small. And he was just, it's fucking great. He's a fucking Thimble. The team heads out to finish their next mission and go and get some shit done. And this is when they start going through all the different music and stuff like that. And economus reveals that he is a fan of this Swedish glam rock band from back in the day. And he has a tattoo for it. And he's like, "Holy shit, like, you're actually not that bad, economist." And so him and Peacemaker are starting to find some leeway and some music, and they start going over their little glam rock, and then they get it all decided, and they're belting it out, and then they pull, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry this has to happen." She turns the car off. No more music. Then the team gets ready to go do this. They're going to invade this place and find out what they need to find out. Peacemaker gets this big ass shotgun, like fucking crazy shit. And then Vigilante tries to grab a motherfucking chainsaw. He's like, "I'm never going to get to kill anyone with a fucking chainsaw." And they make him leave it in the fucking van. And I'm like, this son of a bitch is crazy. Back with the cops, the copies of the fingerprints are layered over Peacemaker's, and they are a match. They are not a match for the dad, and she is pissed. So they go back and they find the witnesses, and they re-interview the witnesses, and the witnesses snap. Well, actually, the husband snaps. The wife wants some more Peacemaker dick, so she's not going to snap. But the husband snaps real quick. "Oh, we were scared for our lives, so we had to do it." So Peacemaker has a new helmet on. He is rocking the X-ray helmet. And so as they're walking in, Leota's like, "You're going to be cool, right?" He's like, "Yeah." He's all, "Engage X-ray vision." These little fucking blinders come on over him, and he has X-ray vision. So she goes up to talk to this little old lady that works at the front desk, and Peacemaker shoots this bitch in the head. And he's all, "I could see in their head. I have X-ray vision. They're all butterflies." And he just starts killing everyone in this lobby, dropping like 5 fools right away. And I'm like, All right, this is what I'm fucking talking about. This is cool. Hardcourt and Vigilante sneak around the back and they sneak into the warehouse where they discover all these boxes that are being moved around with this brand's label on them. They open it up and it is all food for butterflies. This is probably a center hub that distributes all over the nation and or maybe the world. Shit. But yes, they are making this shit here. And so him and her, they kind of sneak around. They finally find their way back to this vat area as Peacemaker and Leota are still rolling through, killing everyone that comes up because they're all butterflies that work here. It's crazy. And they sneak back into this vat room and they see this big vat where they're fucking filling these tubes and these jars out of this giant vat. And it's fucking crazy. And so they're sneaking by, but they get discovered. They get creeped on. They get one of the guys see them and they just do their big old screech. They all start coming at them, jumping through windows. They run into this little fucking metal room, this door, and they shut this door and lock it real quick. And these dudes are beating the shit out of this door like crazy, bending it. They're coming at it so fucking fast. It's insane. And they're in trouble. They're trapped. They need help. And then we get them screaming as, oh shit, and something knocks Hardcore out. And then something knocks out Vigilante. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So Peacemaker and Leota show up outside this door and see the horde trying to break in. Peacemaker's like, oh, I got something special for this. And he pulls out this big old Russian tank shell with a grenade strapped onto it. And she's like, what the fuck is that? He's all, it's a grenade strapped to a Russian tank shell. How many people is that going to kill? He's like, well, a grenade only kills like a couple people. This will kill a bunch. And he throws this shit and just starts turning around and diving. And Leota's at the last second, like turns and dives. And she's like, afterwards, she's like, a warning. He's all, do I need to tell you to run away from a grenade? Are you fucking serious? They go into the room and there is a gorilla. The gorilla starts wrecking both of them, kicking the shit out of everybody. Economus is trying to get everyone on the fucking radio. Nothing's happening. And this gorilla is kicking the shit out of everyone. Economus is freaking out and runs in. And then Peacemaker is getting his ass whooped by this gorilla. And the gorilla screams, die humans, and goes to fucking smush Peacemaker when right from behind Economus shows up with the fucking chainsaw and runs this big son of a bitch through with a chainsaw. And Vigilante's not happy because he wanted to kill something with the chainsaw, but this was the sickest fucking kill ever. They're all covered in blood. Economus showed up. Peacemaker's fucking pumped because he's not dead. Then we get to see the White Dragon thrown back in fucking jail. Yes, his dad is getting put back in jail. The detective asks, what the fuck, why? Because she knows that the fucking fingerprints don't match. And they're, oh, the fingerprints matched. We got a test back. So she's like, fuck this. She goes to the chief. The chief is no longer there. And it's this new guy that earlier in the episode Myrn was talking to. And he looked like a hitman. It sounded like a hitman. But apparently he's now the chief of police in the area. And he directed everything away from him. The White Dragon's going to jail. Peacemaker's free. And this detective is pissed. So she decides we're going to go above this sons of bitch's fucking head. And she goes out to a judge's house, which this judge happens to be her fucking uncle. He opens the door. I need a search warrant. And we can't trust anyone. And he's like, just come on in. And I'm like, oh shit. You're going to fuck so much shit up, girl. So Leota and Peacemaker go to his house, and when she gives him a ride home, she goes in to have a drink, and he gives her this weird, like, toilet wine, and she's like, what the fuck? This is poo water? Like, spits it out, and she's like, you got a beer? And so they start having some beers, and he explains that he likes hardcore, and he always has, and she's like, well, she explains how you got to ease it in there and be a nice guy without being a douchebag, without talking shit, without talking about her tits. Just be a nice guy, and maybe it'll happen one day. And she's really seems like they're connecting. And then Peacemaker goes to take a piss, and Leota remembers the mission her mommy gave her, and she stashes the little diary in Peacemaker's house, and then feels really shitty for it. So with this guilt she's carrying, instead of going home or back to her hotel room, she goes back to the HQ and is going to get some work done. And she sees Peacemaker's helmet sitting there, and the only one in the office is Myrn. And she's like, can't sleep. I need to get some shit done. So he's sitting there. She puts on Peacemaker's helmet, activates X-ray vision, starts looking around, is tripping the fuck out, wants to show Myrn, like, this is cool as fuck. and then looks at Myrn, and he is a fucking butterfly. And we already knew this, but she discovers it and starts freaking out. Myrn realizes what's happening and screeches like the rest of them, chases her outside. She falls to the floor. He's standing over her in the rain outside, and boom, it ends. And I'm like, really? You can't leave it on that kind of cliffhanger. What the fuck is going on? Holy shit. I love Leota. I don't want her to die. I don't want nothing to happen. I don't want her to be a butterfly. What the fuck? So, guys, this episode was fucking phenomenal. I loved every second of it. I loved the fact that Vigilante wanted to murder someone with a fucking chainsaw, never was going to get the chance. And the fact that Economus, in the same episode, the Vigilante says that, comes in and murders a gorilla with a chainsaw. I love that motherfucker. And yes, it is awesome. This was so much fun. This was such a great episode. Getting to see the gorilla. At first, I was thinking, holy shit, it's Gorilla Grodd. Then I realized that these creatures, these butterflies, can take over anything with a brain. So a gorilla, why not? It's a big, super strong son of a bitch. So yeah, let's use him. But guys, I enjoyed this episode very, very much. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on every episode so far, and check out all the other videos we put out for this season of Peacemaker. I've really enjoyed the show, and this is the direction that DC needs to go with all of their stuff. Let's go hardcore. Let's go raunchy. Let's just try lesser named characters. We don't need to go with the same ones we've seen a fucking million times. I love Batman, but goddamn it, we don't need 100 fucking Batman movies. Let's try some lesser known characters. We might enjoy it. And DC, hire James Gunn to do all your shit, because he's gonna change the way DC is made. Fuck Zack Snyder. And don't get me wrong, I love Zack Snyder and I like the Snyder Cut, but this is where you need to start. James Gunn has done so many great things for Marvel. He can do so many great things for DC. And y'all deserve it. So let's try it out. Guys, let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel to keep up with everything. And I will see you next time right here on Nerds Rise for more Peacemaker. All right, guys. Peace out.
Yo,